Wait, whoa. Man, you guys really scared me there. Whew. All right, everybody, we're back. It is the next morning, and I pulled these out of the refrigerator about an hour ago. That way they can come up to temp and not be so cold going directly into the smoker. So here in a minute, we're gonna get the smoker turned on, and then once the smoker's on, we'll come back, we'll get our temperature probes into these. We're gonna do a slow cold smoke. We're gonna hold it around 180 degrees. And we want to bring the internal temperature of the thickest part of the pork belly up to about 150 degrees. That way it's completely cooked, but then it's ready to go for you to slice and throw in the bacon in the pan and cook it up. So once we're done with the smoking process, we'll get it cooled down. We'll come back tomorrow and I'll show you how to slice it, cook it up, and enjoy. So let's go get the smoker turned on. All right, we're going to head outside to the smoker. And I have a Pit Boss Pro Series smoker. I love the vertical smoker. I like it much better than the flat ones. I don't know, I just love it. It just works so much better. So we're going to come over here to the control panel. We're going to turn it on. And we're going to set it to 180 degrees. And we've got it good to go. So this will take about probably 30 minutes to get up to the right temperature. I have an app on my phone that'll show me what temperature it gets to. It does have its own temperature probe, but I like using my own. I have the Govee ones. I just like them so much better. So we're gonna get those stuck into the pork belly and have it ready to go. Okay, so we're gonna take our temperature probes and we're going to find the thickest part of the pork belly, which is probably right in here. It's the meatiest part. And we'll go ahead and just kind of work that in there, like that. And you want to try to get to as far into the middle as you can, because you want to be the temperature in the very middle of the meat. You don't want the outsides, top or bottom. You want it right in the middle. So we have these all set up. Let me grab a towel and wipe my hands off real quick. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to my phone here, and we see the two thermometers. And we are going to set our target temperature to 150, confirm. Okay. So now we'll get an alarm when I hit that temperature. And it'll go off on my phone no matter where I'm at, because I'll leave the base unit near the door. That way it can read it, and then my phone, that's connected to the Wi-Fi, and then my phone's connected to the Wi-Fi, so it goes all together. So it's pretty neat little setup. These are the Govee thermometers. They work out great. That way I don't have to be standing over the top of them to make sure everything's done correctly. So, all right, we're good to go. All right, our smoker is up to 180 degrees. So now we have our pork bellies. We're gonna take these out and get them in the smoker. So grab my tongs, and I'm just gonna put this one on here, because I have to have this hand free to grab onto things. So, because I don't have my cane's downstairs. So, okay. Our smoker is up to temperature. Now we're just going to take these, just like this, and slap them in there. as the wind blows it away from us. Got it closed up. Now it'll take probably 5, maybe 6 hours, but we got to go by temperature, not time. So I have the temperature probes in there. My phone will warn me whenever they're ready to go and they're all done, and then we'll pull them off and I'll bring you guys back for that. Well, looks like our alarm has gone off, so it looks like our bacon is pretty much done. At least one of them is. It's reading 151, the other one's only reading 136. So I'll figure out which one is the one that needs to come off, and I'll go ahead and pull that one off. And when we're ready to take the other one off, I'll take you guys out there with me. So when you smoke your bacon, you may have to do it for 6 or 7 hours. Ah! Okay, our other bacon is done, so we're going to go out and pull it off the smoker. We'll go ahead and turn our smoker off. Okay. And there she is. Ain't that purty? Go ahead and take this back inside with the other one. Go ahead and pull our temperature probe out. And there we go. There's our bacon. So now what we'll need to do is we'll need to let this cool. Generally, I'll just put it in the refrigerator overnight to help it dry out a little bit, and also to firm up and get cold, so to make it much easier to slice tomorrow. So I'll bring you guys back again tomorrow morning. We'll get it all sliced up. Of course, you want nice thick bacon. And then we'll throw it in the pan, fry it up, and you guys can see the final result. So stay tuned, and I will be back with you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. We're back to finish up the bacon. It's sat overnight in the refrigerator and is firmed up nice and firm, so we can get it on the slicer, slice it up, cook it up, and eat it. So let's get going on it. First of all, I'm going to take our bacon. Now I've got such a small slicer. I'm going to cut this in half and make smaller slices. I actually like cooking only about half slices in the pan anyway. It just makes it easier. I can fit more in the pan. They cook a little more even. That's just me personally, but you're more than welcome to make nice long slices if you like. And yeah, and you could also do this by hand. You don't have to have a slicer. I just happen to have one. I got this thing pretty cheap. I think I bought it off of Amazon. I don't remember how much it was. It's not very expensive. But like I said, you could still do this with a knife. If you're going to do it with a knife, I would suggest putting it in the freezer for just about an hour or so. It'll help it make it even firmer and makes it easier to slice. Generally, if you slice steak or any type of pork or anything like that, you need to make it kind of thin. If you freeze it for about an hour or so, it helps it firm up and makes it a whole lot easier to slice. So, all right, we are going to go ahead and slice this in half. And you can see that nice cross section there. Look how nice that looks. Isn't that beautiful? All right. We're going to throw this on our slicer here. Now, you definitely want to use your guard when you get close, but for now, I'm just going to hold it with my hand. Now, I've got this set on 5. I'll take one test slice, and we'll see how good that's going to be. So, you know what? That looks a little on the thick side. I'm going to put it down to about a 3 on here. It's still a little thick. Let's go down to about right there. We'll try that out. Oh yeah, that looks good. And then we'll just slice her up. And you get the point. We'll continue on slicing this up and be good to go. So now I'm going to take some of this bacon. We're going to go over to the stove and we're going to fry it up and show you what it looks like. So we'll get the pan nice and hot. And of course, you don't want to have your pan ripping hot because you'll end up burning the bacon before it cooks correctly. So we'll go ahead and load some up in the pan here. And see what I mean by the half slices? If you have a smaller pan, they fit really well by just putting, the half slices in there. We'll set these back off to the side. And while that starts warming up, I'm going to grab a plate with some paper towels on it. That way you can drain your bacon once it's cooked. And this will take, good probably 3 or 4 minutes before it warms up enough before it starts cooking. So, and make sure you get some tongs that have the, rubber coating on the ends. That way you're not scratching your pans. Now, if you're using like a cast iron skillet or something like that, you don't really have to worry about that. You can use metal. It's not that big a deal. You can also take and put your bacon on a sheet pan and bake it at 350 degrees for about 16 minutes, roughly. And you just need to keep an eye on it. That's a good way to cook a lot of bacon all at once. So, and good fresh homemade bacon is just, nothing beats it. Yeah, the stuff in the store is convenient and yeah, it's pretty good, but you made this yourself. It's going to be so much better, especially since you know what's in it. It doesn't have all those stupid chemicals that the stores put in it. All this has in it is salt, black pepper, and then the pink curing salt, which you have to have because it cures the meat. And then after you smoke it, this bacon will last a long time in the refrigerator. I don't know how long, I can't tell you. I'm not an expert, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a food nutritionist, whatever. I don't know exactly how long it'll last in there. But I'm gonna vacuum seal it into about an 8-ounce portion, because that's plenty for my wife and I to have our bacon with our breakfast and stuff. My kids kind of like bacon. My oldest daughter doesn't really care for it. My youngest daughter, she really likes it. And of course our cat really likes it. He loves bacon. In fact, I'm thinking about changing his name from Percy to Bacon Snatcher, but I don't know. I don't think the kids will go for that. So anyway, let's go back to our bacon and see how it's doing. Now it's starting to cook up pretty good. Like I said, you don't want to have this at a really ripping hot temperature, because if you do, it'll burn instead of getting a nice even cooking on it. And if you're going to cook a lot of bacon, I would use a much bigger pan. I have bigger pans, but I'm just cooking off a little bit here so I can show you what it looks like and try it out. I'll slice up what's left of my bacon here in a little bit, put it in the bags, vacuum seal it, throw it in the freezer, and I'll be good to go for, a couple months. We'll go ahead and turn it. I usually end up turning it 4 or 5 times while I'm cooking it, mainly so I make sure it doesn't end up sticking to the pan. I know this is a no-stick pan, but it's still, especially if you put any sugar in there, the sugars will start to caramelize and they could end up burning and sticking to your pan. So I'm sure about 99.9% of everybody out there that's watching this video has cooked bacon in their life at some point. So, and seeing if you'll take and you can strain the grease that you're getting off of this into a container, and you can either keep it on your counter or put it in the refrigerator and use that for seasonings. I mean, I love cooking green beans with the bacon grease, or when I'm cooking my eggs, I'll throw a little bacon grease in there just to give it nice, good flavor, give that little hint of smokiness to whatever you're cooking. And you can use a bacon press if you want. I have one, but generally if I'm just doing a little bit of bacon, I don't worry about it. We'll go ahead and give it another flip. I'm starting to get that nice golden brown color on there. Yeah, that one's looking really good there. Now, me personally, I really like my bacon undercooked. I like it kind of chewy. I'm not a big fan of crispy bacon, so I like to cook my bacon or cut my bacon on the thick side. That way it's got a nice chew to it. I'm just not a fan of it being crispy where it crumbles in your mouth. Some people love extra crispy bacon. I'm just not one of those people. That piece right there is almost done. They're all just about done. And I would suggest if you're going to cook up a bunch of bacon ahead of time, make sure you undercook it just a little bit because you don't want it to, overcook when you reheat it. So these are all pretty good and ready to get pulled off. Give these just a couple extra seconds, maybe one more quick flip. All right, I'd say we're good to go. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that look fantastic? So now that we got this cooked off, grab you a couple of slices of thick sourdough bread. Put a little mayo on there if you like. I'm not a fan of it. A couple of thick slices of tomato, some lettuce, this bacon, and you've got the best sandwich in the world. So there we go. Still a little on the hot side, but let's give it a try. Try not to burn my mouth, but man, that is so good. Nice chewiness to it. Nice, not overpowering salty flavor, not overpowering on the smoke either. Absolutely wonderful. It is real easy to do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you do, please like and subscribe, and be sure to check back often for more disabled adventures.